Good evening. My name is Carissa Leonard, and this is my presentation for Worldview and Ethics over case number 37, which is called A Good Conversation. This case starts off with Mark and Judy, who are missionaries under the Malay Baptist mission in Borneo. The people that live there have a completely different worldview than Mark and Judy. Mark and Judy are Christians, and these people, they're used to worshiping their ancestors, different spirits that they have. They do have like a spirit gong that they call these spirits with. So anyways, Mark and Judy, they are they're in Borneo, and they are going to different villages, spreading the message of the gospel. And the first year, they just use this time to learn the language and to kind of establish relationships with the people. And up until the third year, so for 3 years, they end up only having about 7 believers, 7 people converted, and they're a little disheartened by this, but they continue, and there becomes an epidemic that breaks throughout the entire village, and they go to different tribes throughout the village, praying over these people, just spending time with them, providing different things that they may need, like water and different kind of medicines and things like that. And through that, they still are a little discouraged because they don't feel that any progress is happening with converting the people to Christianity. But they continue on, and 3 months after the epidemic, 2 of the elders from the village come and they speak to Mark and Judy, and they ask them if they will come to their village, and they will give them the message of the gospel. They're really curious about this God who has healed a good percentage of the villagers. So Mark and Judy set off, and they go to this village, and they spend 3 hours talking about God and His love and how much He truly loves these people, and about God's character and different things. And so what the village does, and this is it's about over 200 people that are in this village. The men split from the women. The women discuss everything that was just said, as the men split off into smaller groups, and they discuss what was said, whether or not they're going to accept the Jesus way, they call it, as their new religion. And this is more of a communal decision. The tribe leader comes and talks to Mark and says, okay, we've decided the Jesus way is the way that we're gonna go, and we want to be baptized. But the issue is the elder is speaking for the entire community, not just himself, and they're missing that important aspect that Christianity is about a personal relationship with Jesus, and that he can't necessarily make this decision for the entire tribe or village. So that's where the issue falls. The case study ends with Mark and Judy going to bed that night, having to make a decision as to what they're going to tell this tribe leader in the morning. And personally, this is what I would do. I think that they've already established somewhat of a relationship with this tribe, and it would just be a complete injustice to continue and baptize everyone without explaining what it is that they're really getting baptized into, and this relationship that they now have with Jesus. So that's the first thing I would do, is to speak to the elders and speak to the tribe leader and explain to him that if they're to accept Christianity as a whole, then each person would need to be explained what it is that they're accepting before they're baptized. I understand that the fear is that they would entirely turn away from Christianity as a whole, and that they just wouldn't want to be a part of it if they just couldn't do it all together. But it's my own conviction would be that we're not, I don't know how to explain this, but other than the fact that you can't accept Christianity as a religion in a partial way. It has to be an intimate relationship. It has to be, they have to understand fully what they're accepting. Otherwise, it's not the same, and it's not something that would even stick. My fear would be is if you don't explain it to these people, that, you know, they would fall away from it. They would go back to their ancestral worship, or they would return to their old ways because they didn't fully understand what it is that they were accepting. Also, you don't know when there might be another missionary that's going to come, that's going to follow Mark and Judy after they leave, and just to reiterate and keep teaching them the gospel and keep teaching them the word. But yeah, that would be what I would have to do. I would have to explain to the tribe leader what it is that they're accepting, why it's important that that it needs to be a personal decision and not a communal decision. And that's it. Thank you, and have a good night.